Hello everybody, this is the Daydreamer with Daydreams and Nightmares, and we are back with our Bambox versus Nerd Block. Um, I have managed to pick up 4 different boxes. The intention, and here's where I'm going to go with this too. Here's what we got. I got a grab block from Nerd Block because I picked up the Sci-Fi block during a 50% off sale during Christmas. Which basically took away all the shipping costs, which are one of the biggest negatives I see at trying to get these boxes shipped out of Canada into the United States, and sets the price point a little too high for what I think I'm getting out of these things. Um, so that's why I don't generally order them. And back in November, I had ordered a Stan Lee box from Stan Lee Collection. This is a limited edition Nerd Block Stan Lee block that just arrived as well. So all told, I got 3 boxes to show off this last month from Nerd Block, and I was going to try to compare what they were saying about how well they are doing their boxes, and that anybody that was disappointed in receiving their BAM box in November, that they were welcome to come over and take a Nerd Block for free to try to get some customers over there, because they're doing it right and these guys are doing it wrong, or at least that's what Nerd Block was saying. Um, from what I've seen, these guys tend to be a little bit up and down from the openings that I've seen. I have had seen good ones and bad ones, and admittedly, I can understand why a lot of people were frustrated in November. But you can't be have a great box all the time, and I wind up skipping a lot of boxes in a lot of the things that I pick up as well, because there's just themes I'm not interested in, franchises I don't care for, and I've learned to get away from doing a full, 3 month, 6 month, year subscription, because a lot of time you're going to get things that you don't want. Even though you save a few bucks in the long run, you're actually losing money because you're spending money on things you don't want. So I'm willing to spend a couple extra dollars, because ultimately I think the most you wind up saving in the long run is about $5 a box. When you do a full year subscription, a couple bucks, three, 4 bucks when you're doing the 6 month, and maybe a dollar or two when you're doing the 3 month. So ultimately, I'm willing to spend a little extra money to get the ones I want. With that said, I haven't done the BAM box up to this point, because there weren't some franchises that I was interested in, and had been subscribed to some other ones and just didn't have the money to add another box as well. But I've kind of changed up what I'm doing, and like I said, I went away from the uh, uh, full subscriptions and went into the more of the find a box that has something that I might be interested in, get that box. So that's what I'm doing now from month to month, as I'm going through all the different boxes out there and checking them and seeing them. But for this time around, this was going to be their anniversary box. This is going to be the best of what they could offer. And for the Nerd Block, they were offering up 2 of my favorite franchises, so I thought I would do it. Once again, they were selling this at 50% off, so it went from 20 down to 10, and then I had to go back up to 20, paying for the shipping. So I saved $10 on this, so I basically got free shipping, which is one of the biggest things. Like I said, as far as I'm concerned, when you're looking at the value of what you're spending on the box and it costs shipping, the shipping is, for me, added cost that should be value that should be in the box as well. So if you're going to pay $30 for this, I want to see at least $30 worth of stuff. And for most boxes in that range, you're only going to get $10 to $12 of extra value anyway if it's a good box. So you're only going to get about $2 of extra value if everything in the box is something you want. So that is kind of why I stay away from the blocks. I once got a Horror Block Summer Blowout, and they were selling those dirt cheap as well. Like I think it was $10, so it was $20 for a grab block for a horror. Once again, cut out the cost of shipping, and it was a mix of different things. And with this, like I said, paid for a normal box. Was expecting to get, how did we get into it? I was expecting to get some things in franchises that I liked, and for the most part, for this was about 50-50 for me for this box. The two franchises I was looking forward to the most, I got a book and a wallet. If you've watched the review, that's all that was in here for Harry Potter and for Doctor Who. I think if you're going to take a franchise and put it in as your focus for your box, there should be a couple items in the box from that franchise. There was for the Dungeons and Dragons, which was the third franchise, but they also threw in stuff from Game of Thrones and from Aliens and from Lord of the Rings and from The Hobbit, and they threw in some stuff from NASA, which were additional items in here, which were okay. They weren't bad items either, which, like I said, so this made it an okay box for me. Disappointed that the two franchises I wanted to see in the box weren't better represented, but for this me, this was an okay box. The grab block was a surprise. Once again, grab blocks are kind of a mix of different things that you can get in a box. This was a $10 box that was actually being offered also at 50% off. So this actually cost me only $5 for the box and $10 to ship it. So I actually paid more to ship this thing than it was to actually purchase what was in here. And the items that it's been so long, it's been weeks since I opened this thing up, so I got to remember. I did get the non-licensed Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, there was also these vinyl alien figures that were in here, which were pretty cool. There was a couple comic books, the Deus Ex, which was okay for me, the Batman one, which was really nice, and then the print from the parody of the Spaceballs. But once again, for a $5 box and for the $10 shipping, $15, it definitely met its price point, and there were several things in here that I liked. Would I have paid the original price, $10 plus $20 shipping on this thing? Probably not. So for what I paid for it, it was a good box. It was an okay box. Once again, it's just okay. Nothing in either of these boxes totally blew me away. But I also can't complain about either of them. For the most part, I've already aired the issues and problems that I have with it, but once again, both of these boxes were just okay. And I had no intention of including the Stan Lee collection box in the review that I had for this. I had ordered this in November, and the comparison that I was going to do was going to be with the two that I ordered from the Sci-Fi block and the Grab block, and I wasn't intending on including this one with it, and I probably shouldn't, because I was incredibly wholly disappointed in this box. The only things that I truly liked were the t-shirt, the comic book that came with it, and the print that came with it. And I paid $50 for this box, and that they're advertising that this thing is supposed to have a value of $150, and at that value point I would expect to see something in here signed if this thing is actually going to be worth $150, rather than the $50 that I spent on it. But once again, I won't hold this against the Nerd Block in respect to my comparison, although it would bring everything down if I did. But once again, this was an incredible disappointment, and I won't be ordering any more of the limited edition boxes at that price point, because it's just too much money to spend on that kind of a gamble and to get that kind of a result. And then we have the Bambox Anniversary Box, with the exception of the damage to the mask. just because of the size of the box and the way it was put in here. If it had something over the top of it that would have prevented that from happening, it might have survived as well. And if it maybe just had been a little bigger box, that wouldn't have happened, or that paint rubbed away on the nose there. But the pin was nice. Like I said, I was happy with this box, and it is the best of the things that they had to offer. The license plate, the print, this is awesome. The animation cell was awesome. The print was awesome. I did like this box. I don't know that, like I said, with the theme coming up next month, I don't think I would have the same response. But with that said, I'm not intending on ordering it either, and maybe I'll miss out. But without having some kind of heads up on what kind of franchises are going to be in there, I'm not going to take that gamble. But I did really like this box, so at least for this month, Bambox comes out ahead in that respect. I've only paid $25 for this. I think I got better value for this box than I did for what I paid for the Sci-Fi box, as far as getting quality items at better price points and closer to the franchises that I enjoyed. So at least in this comparison, Bambox wins. And I won't condemn either, and I don't think either of the companies should be condemning each other. They have their own niches and they have their own things that they're trying to do. Everybody's got a little bit of a market share. The prints and the autographs and things like this, you're never going to find in a box like this. You're not. And these guys have their own things that they're interested in putting out in the market, and have a great following with the artwork and the autographs and the prints and the collectibles that are in here, and a lot of the merchandise that's in these nerd blocks are a very different group, and they can share the market. But once again, it is all going to depend on what they're putting out and the quality of the stuff that they're putting out. And like I said, I like the sci-fi. The sci-fan is what it's going to become. Sci-fi, science fiction, fantasy is probably my wheelhouse, and also the horror block. Unless they come down in their costs, or they have sales or offers or things like that, I probably won't be ordering any of these anytime soon either. Just because of the cost versus the quality and the mix of franchise items that are in these boxes. And like I said, I've already canceled the one, or not canceled, I've skipped next month's until we get into some franchises from these guys that I'm also excited about getting. I'll be looking to pick something up next month, different than what I've gotten this month. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. I don't know if that's what you were looking to get as far as the comparison and reviews, but anyway, thank you for watching. If you do enjoy my videos, please hit like down below. If you want to watch more of my videos, please subscribe, and feel free to leave any comments or feedback down below. And thank you.